How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Decay with us. And he can say his name and what he does in the band.
Hey, I'm Danny and I sing in Decay.
Awesome, Dan. So the first question is, I asked this to a lot of bands, is how did you start out Decay and how did you get your members?
Well, we were in another band fresh from like college called Pine. We were like UK pop punk, cheesy riffs and stage dives, standard really. Then our drummer left, our previous drummer left to like just pursue his own life and that. Like he recently had a kid, so just tied down with everything. So decided to make a new band and transfer everything over and change the sound up a bit.
That's awesome. And then you obviously said you did like a pop punk project, and now this one feels like, I feel like this one feels like more like alternative. It feels a little bit more like indie.
Yeah,
there's just
a bit more mature.
A little bit more mature, exactly. So I guess, what was the thought behind maybe going that direction as opposed to maybe doing like another pop punk band or maybe doing something else? Did you guys have maybe another genre you guys were thinking about prior to this, or you're just like, we're just going to see what happens and whatever works for all of us, like we're going to do that?
It was pretty natural, to be honest. I think it was just a case of us maturing as people, in a sense. Because two of the songs off the EP were originally demos that we wrote in that band, and then we just fleshed them out, and they came out sounding a lot more different than they previously did. So we thought like, let's start a new band with the same vibe and just see what happens.
Yeah, no, I would love to hear like the old stuff and kind of compare it to like the new. I know you don't want. I'm gonna do my.
I'll link you after this. Don't worry.
I'm gonna have to take a look and listen, because I feel like even if that wasn't the case, and you guys kind of like started out with that sound, it just feels kind of natural, and I had gone and listened to I had seen the music video on YouTube, and I was just like checking that out beforehand, because I like trying to do my research before I have bands on, and I was like, this is really like really cool, and I love the more like alternative rock kind of like indie-ish sound. And to know that you guys came from a pop punk band and to do that, I think is very interesting. So I'm again curious.
Well, our drummer was previously in a metalcore-ish band.
Okay.
Yeah, loads of backing tracks and crazy stuff. They're sick. Check that. I'll link you all the bands I'll talk about. Oh shit. Yeah, I'll link you. I'll link you all the bands I talk about afterwards, so you can just check them out.
And then I guess the next thing would be, I found out that you guys are signed to Fox Records. So how did they go about finding you, or did you go and ask them? You're like, yo, we ever really seen a record? Like, would you mind if we did that? So I'm just curious.
All comes back to the Poppunk band. Always. Okay. And I can't shake it. I can't get rid of it as much as I want to. But we just seen a post on UK Poppunk, the Facebook group, from a band called Coast to Coast, also on our label. And they were just asking for local bands in Liverpool, so we were like, oh yeah, we want to play a first show, let's do it. And then they put us up with their label, who later took us on tour for like the Fox Records. I think it was like the Fox Records 2017 tour. And then we just kind of linked through that and started speaking.
Awesome. Well, good. I'm glad you guys got locked onto that, because I feel like, whenever I go to like look for stuff, and shout outs to my friend Hector from Texas, he's the man.
Yeah, big up Hector.
He was like, I was messaging him, and I was just like, he's like, oh, are you looking for like new bands and stuff? Because he always puts me onto some like new stuff, like people don't know about him and stuff, and I really appreciate him for that, because a lot of the stuff that I do on the channel is like small bands that like people don't know about, and hopefully they'll go check out now. And so he was like, yo, there's a sick band called Decay, they're from the UK, you should check them out. And I was like, link me that shit. I was like, I'll check it out. And then I checked it out. I was like, whoa, this is some good stuff. So was like, had to hit Dan up and get him on. But we kind of alluded to it earlier, but I guess, what are some of the influences you've specifically, and then I guess if you could talk about more of a broader sense in terms of the band, who you guys collectively influenced by?
So I think starting the band, it was just Title Fight and Basement. If you know Basement, the UK band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, killing it at the minute. Just them two. Like, I'm just completely blown away by them when I first heard them in college. I got like a Basement tattoo on my arm like a year after discovering them, and we actually played our first show with them.
Oh, that's
as the Poppunk band, and it was terrifying. But yeah, it's always Title Fight and Basement, and Touche Amore, and some more UK bands like Headroom and Hindsight, which I'll also link you later because they are sick. But
awesome.
yeah, just UK emo and just a bit of the US stuff thrown in.
There's a little bit like there is, like you had mentioned earlier, it does feel like there's like a little bit more of an edge. It's not straight like, okay, like when I'm saying like alternative, it feels like a little bit, there's like a little like post-hardcore mixed in there, and I appreciate that because like that's the background I come from. And so when I had listened to it, I was like, there isn't just, it's not just straight like when you think indie you're thinking this band. Like,
yeah,
it's a little bit more of an aggressive tone. I thought another band that, I don't know if you guys like them or not, but Boston Manor, they kind of remind me of that.
We love Boston Manor.
I feel like that's a little bit, I feel like more people are familiar with that band, so I feel like if they're kind of like a edgier Boston Manor, if that like, you know, if I can say
Thank
that
you.
I feel like you're just a little, you got a little extra there. So that's what the types of vibes that I got. And also Title Fight and Basement, those were other two bands that, because I always have this game in my head, like what bands do they kind of like are reminiscent of to me, and if I'm not familiar with it, like I'm curious, you know, either way I'll get the answer, but more so I'm like, like who are they influenced by? Can I, like, am I close? So I feel like I kind of a little close.
Yeah, you're pretty close.
There we go. But the next question, Dan, keeping it more current, who have you been listening to lately? What have you been jamming more currently?
Let me just it's a good one. Fuck. I've been going on my old like Poppunk binge, which is a bit embarrassing because I'm like past that now. So the early Boston Manor EPs, Trash Boat, but I think recently it's just like lo-fi hip hop stuff.
Ooh, okay.
So you know a band called Lower Than Atlantis, big UK band. Yeah, the singers have got a new project called Headache, and he's dropped 2 singles. That's sick. Also, you know a band called Nihility, like a heavy UK band.
Yes, Nightly, yeah.
Yeah, their singer's got some like kind of jazzy blues, like hip hop project called Jaguar, and that's sick. I've been listening to that a lot. But just podcasting that really. Yeah.
What type of podcasts are you listening to, Dan?
Just YouTube, like generic, like YouTube trash, like gamer stuff. So General Sam, if you heard of him.
Yes, General Sam.
Yeah, Forehead Fables podcast.
All right, you got it. I got a question for you later that you'll be stoked on, but yeah, no, I feel like those are some zip bands. I did know that the singer from Lower Atlantis had a project, and I had been meaning to listen to it, but now I have to definitely go check it out because I follow him on Instagram, and I was like, I'll have to check this out, and then I just forget about checking it out because I loved Lower Than Atlantis. They were a band that I felt like kind of died out. Like a lot of people in the UK obviously love them, but I feel like in the US it's a little different. Like I feel like people were like, either you love them or you're just like, I've never heard of them, and then now they're disbanded. So it's upsetting. I saw them one time in the States, and I feel like I can die happy knowing that I've seen them one time, but I would have loved to see them again. I feel like, again, super underrated band. But the next question, Dan, another fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
I'm just going to come out with one we always cover live. It's Phased Out by Turnstile. So we play that a lot. Like, if we got like it's very rare, but if we play a local show and we get like the One More Song Encore thing, we'll just play the riff to that and shit
go nuts.
It goes crazy. Yeah, kids flying off stage and killing each other.
Oh man, is there anyone that you would add, like if you were to add it into the list of like the cover list?
It's always hardcore stuff. Like we all love like hardcore and like metalcore and stuff. So there's a Liverpool band called Dirty Money. They did the split with Trapped Under Ice years and years ago. And we've recently just covered one of their songs for like a charity tape that's going to come out soon. But we're like kind of like DIY orchestrating.
There we go. Wow, that's awesome. Excited to hear that one. That one's probably going to be very tight. And then if you have any suggestions, definitely leave them in the comments below. I'm sure they'll check them out and see what's up. But next question, Dan, another fun one as well. Favorite food to eat? What's the go-to?
Favorite food? I'm quite a boring eater. Like I don't really eat to enjoy it. I just kind of eat to survive, like to get by. But I don't know. Spaghetti. Spaghetti's a good one.
Oh,
can't go wrong.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. What would be one song you would recommend to a new fan? Like, you know, a lot of people I would assume wouldn't be familiar with your band prior to this.
Yeah.
So what would be one song out of your catalog that you're like, this is the one that I'd want you to listen to if you're gonna check us out?
I'd say Slow Decline.
Oh,
just because
yeah.
it's obviously easy to watch the video. It's like the only one with the video so far, and just encapsulates like everything that we are as a band, pretty much.
Do you feel like you guys are gonna? Well, obviously now it's just a little rough, but do you guys feel like you're gonna be doing like more music videos and stuff like that? Cause
yeah, we've got something coming out on Monday, actually at 10 a.m.
There we go. Awesome. Well, looking forward to it. That's gonna be very sick.
You.
Next question, Dan. Getting back to music stuff, if you could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest feature on your next record or a producer you'd like to work with, who would you be? Who would you want to work with?
Darcy Bayliss, if you've heard him.
Oh, what is he done? What is
he's
he
like
done?
He's like a Australian trance like R&B guy.
Ooh,
he's recently done a collaboration with Wicker Phase Springs Eternal.
Yes, yeah.
So I sent him the record on Instagram and he replied, which is crazy. He's like, "Oh, I really dig this," and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
There
crazy.
we go.
So I've just been speaking to him a little bit. So hopefully, I want to try and get something in the works, get like a remix out of him.
There we go. Well, we'll Audio Addiction family, you know what to do. Just make sure you go tweet out him, I'm sure, or Instagram DM. Come on, like let's get it happening. It'll be popping off. So we gotta get that rocking. But the next question, Dan. Obviously, you do vocals, but what would be another musical instrument you would want to master?
Keyboard or piano. I'm like trying to teach myself at the minute, but it's hard.
Yeah, keyboard is
so
very tough.
hard.
But
yeah.
I also feel like it's like super good for vocalists too, because like
oh yeah, definitely.
when you're like coming up with songs and stuff, I feel like it's just the writing process is just a little bit easier. But next question, Dan. My personal favorite, because I'm a nerd and I love asking it. If you could be a video game character.
I'm like a long-term Halo fanboy, so I'm gonna say Master Chief. I'm gonna go Master Chief.
There we go. What's your favorite Halo game? Because I feel like there's a lot.
If I say something wrong, I'm gonna get absolutely torn apart in the comments. I'm gonna say ODST because like the whole noir vibe.
Okay.
That saxophone solo in the OST, it's so good.
I'll give you that. I'll give you the pass. I'll give you the pass on that. Don't beat up Dan too much in the comments. I respect that answer. I'm more of a I think Halo 3 is my go-to.
See, I missed Halo 3, but Halo 2
is good too. So I'll give you any pass on any Halo game. I know I'll probably get hate for this. As long as it's not Reach, I feel like maybe,
I personally love Reach. As long as it's anything but Spartan Assault will do me.
Okay, Spartan Assault. Okay, we can both agree that one is objectively the worst. Sorry if you like Spartan Assault.
All three of you.
All three, yeah. But anyway, Dan, next question, a fun one as well, getting back to the music stuff. If you were to compile a dream tour lineup, who would be on it? This would include your band, just putting that out.
See, I wouldn't want to include our band, so I can just go and enjoy it without the stress. But Basement, Turnstile, Survival, like a lead straight edge band, Survival of it, all the straight edge kids, and something a bit weirder. Let's say, Darcy. Put Darcy Bayliss in there. Put Darcy in there.
Ooh, okay.
Little weird lineup. I like that. I love mixed bills.
Oh yeah, mixed bills are some of the best shows I think I've attended in my lifetime. So I like that. If you wanna, I feel like you guys should be on it, but I understand. I understand. But I feel like for me, if I heard that tour lineup, I'd be like, you know what? Listen, they gotta be on it. He's gotta be on it. So
I'd happily just like do merch or like the door or something. just anything.
Well, if you want to go see Dan at the merch table of this I'm just kidding. The next question, Dan, another fun one. We talked about the Dream Tour lineup, but in your opinion, who puts on a great live performance?
Great live performance. I want to say Casey, UK band, like UK emo band. They're sick. I seen their last show in Manchester and it was crazy.
A band before their time. I feel like a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%.
I love their stuff too, and I just felt like Oh man, it's like when they announced that they were like gonna be done, I was like, oh man, that last record,
too soon.
so good, too soon. Like it upsets me, and that's why like again I have a lot of these bands on because I know it's like important to me to kind of keep the dream alive for a lot of these bands. So go check out Decay, but also go check out Casey if you haven't already. But the next thing, Dan, another fun one. Favorite TV show, favorite movie.
TV show, it's got to be Always Sunny. I've rewatched that like several times, like all season, just binge watched them on Netflix in the past like month. Favorite movie, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I want to say the Jim Carrey film, amazing.
Great answers.
So sick.
Great answers. Next question, Dan. Since you're trapped in quarantine, or also if you were stuck on a desert island for the next month, and there was one record you could bring with you, what would it be?
Record. I hate this. It's I Wish I Could Stay Here by Basement. I've always said that was like start to finish. I just never skip a song. It's just amazing, like front to back. So yeah, I Wish I Could Stay Here by Basement.
There we go. And then the last thing, the most important thing, Dan, tell them about Decay, where they can find you at on the social media, and anything you got coming up in the next month or two.
Yeah, so you can check us out at Decay the Band, or Decay is a band, on any social media pretty much. We've got a song dropping, what day is it? On Monday at 10 a.m. And we've got the rest of the album, it's titled Staring at the Sun, releases July the 10th, if I'm not mistaken.
There we go. And what can you tell the people about like the record, like I guess in terms of like a lyrical process, like what do you feel like you guys are like covering in terms of topics for the record?
It's just like a whole mix of stuff we were feeling at the time of writing. So it's like just grief, loss, like heartbreak, being uninspired. Like I try quite hard to just force creativity, and I think that stumped us quite early on. You can tell in the first song that's what it's about. It's just like struggling. I feel like it's hard for vocalists or just bands in general to kind of point out that, because like I know I struggle with it sometimes when I like have bands on and I'm just like, or like doing a review of something and I'm just like, do I really want to force myself to like do this at like 2 a.m, like you know what I mean? So yeah,
I find that I respect that a lot, because I feel like people just don't talk about that in that sense of like whatever type of art medium you do. It's just like I feel like sometimes you get ingrained on like, I want to get this out, or I like want to work on this, and you do it because you want to do it, but maybe your heart's not in it, or you're like you just don't have that sort of like thing about it where you're just like, I want to do it. And so I appreciate you, Dan, for talking about that, because I feel like people just don't.
Thank you.
I feel like people are like afraid to admit that sort of thing,
Yeah, I feel you.
But go check out Decay. Honestly, sick UK band. I gotta give a shout out to Hector.
Thank you.
Man. He's
big
like
up Hector.
He is like 20 for 20 now. I feel like he's given me some really fantastic bands. Don't prove me wrong, Hector. I don't want to get I feel like I'll get one, but I hope I do. He's keeping up the good streak. So but go check out Decay. All of the links will be below, where you can follow him on social media. Excited to listen to the new record, and I feel like Dan might get it sent to me a little bit, and maybe I'll do a review. Fox Records, if you wanna slide that record over to me, that would be sick.
I'll pull some strings.
But go check out Decay, and if you enjoyed this interview, share it, like it, subscribe. It goes a long way. And thanks, of course, of Dan of Decay for coming on today.
No worries. Thanks for having me.